It's Monday and we're back. Um, so we are here, Fireside Chats with Kimberly, right? But as I've mentioned the last couple of weeks, I am not fireside right now. It's too warm in New Jersey to have a hot fire blazing behind me. So I've moved to a different space, but the conversation, as always, will be just as cozy as if we're in front of the fire. So thanks for joining me here tonight. A big thank you to Shrew Meats, the sponsor for this week's talks. Prize packs for this month's contest have been graciously donated by Hodo Foods, Crofters Organics, Follow Your Heart, Cinnaholic, Orgain, and Shrew Meats. I invite my viewers to enter the monthly contest at virtualvegfest.com and click on the contest tabs for details. Entering is super easy just by liking and or subscribing to our social media and Virtual Veg Fest YouTube channel. You are entered to win one of 6 prize packs. Of course, thank you to Plant Based Network for being a strategic partner with Virtual Veg Fest. So the topic tonight is veganism a weight loss tool? But before we get to that, I had a moment right before I went live. I was scrolling Instagram, as we do, right? And I came across a post from Woodstock Farm Sanctuary, and I really had to compose myself pretty quickly because they had rescued a hen. Her name was Myrtle, and she was missing feathers and was in pretty bad shape. She had survived the egg industry. She had escaped a live market, and she got to the sanctuary. And unfortunately, she had some complications, and she passed away after surgery. And it just, it really, when you think about, and I'm looking at Myrtle's photo. So if you want to follow, if you don't already follow Woodstock Farm Sanctuary, please do. They are the ones who had rescued Myrtle, and they're a wonderful, beautiful sanctuary in New York State. When I think about Myrtle and what chickens are capable of, the relationships that they form, chickens love to be pet. You can, like a chicken will jump in your lap and will let you pet her. And they purr like cats. And they have the ability to accept that love from humans. And they have pecking orders, right? We all know that phrase within other, among themselves. They have this whole social life, this experience where they have emotions, and maybe they're not exactly the types of emotions we have, but it's clear that they can feel things. We know for sure they feel things like pain and whatnot. But I don't know, like my eldest cat passed away last September, and it just got me thinking about Cookie and our bond, and thinking about the life that Myrtle had and that she could have had. It just really hurt my heart. Really hurt my heart. My cat Cookie was she was rescued from a hoarding situation. She had been a cat living with 43 other cats when she was rescued. And I think about the life that Cookie got to have with me, and it just my heart just breaks for Myrtle and all of the animals that are in the food industry. I didn't want to not address that because I was feeling very emotional when I went live. So I just wanted to talk about that and honor Myrtle and the life that she lived. Okay, back to the topic at hand. Thank you for joining me tonight. We're talking about veganism. Is it a tool for weight loss? Why don't you, I like to first ask where everyone is watching from, and I didn't do that right away. So if you want to just drop in the chat where you're watching from, I'd love to know. I'd love to know that. So veganism, is it a weight loss tool? My answer, no. No, it's not. And it's not because it can't be, it's because that's not the purpose. Uh, the purpose of veganism is to not exploit animals and to do whatever we can to. Hey, Diane, thanks for joining. Diane is in Edison. Thank you. Here in New Jersey. I'm in New Jersey too. Oh, thank you so much. Big hugs. Yay. I feel the love. So for me, not for me. I mean, veganism is what it is, right? I mean, you can look up the definition of veganism, and the focus is not us. It's something bigger than us. It's the animals, first and foremost. And then, of course, it's not just the animals that people consume. It's also animals that suffer from the way the climate is impacted and the environment is impacted by eating animals. And it is about the animals who are abused and used and exploited for entertainment, right? Things like zoos and aquatic parks. I don't have to name it, right? It's about them. It's not about us. So can you lose weight when you go vegan? Sure, maybe. It really depends on what you're eating. But that, again, is not the focus. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to go vegan so I can lose weight, well, then you should probably go plant-based. Because that's where that focus is. And it's not that you can't be vegan and also eat healthfully and lose weight. You absolutely can. And when you think about the message you're sending to the world and to other people that you have the ability to possibly influence, maybe that is what you want to be. You want to be vegan and you want to be a super healthy vegan and you want to eat really well and you want to lose weight and you want to be fit and active. But that part's for you. I guess it could also be for the animals if you're like, well, I have health conditions and I also want to get healthier so I can be around longer and fight for the animals and share my message with the world. Sure, I see how that ties in. That makes sense to me. But I can't tell you how many times, and like full disclosure, I've been a chunky gal for a long time. I had a couple of good years in my 20s where I was a lot closer to the low end of my expected weight for someone my height, but I haven't spent a lot of time there. And I can't tell you how many times when I told someone that I was vegan or even vegetarian where they would look me up and down and be like, "You're vegan?" Yeah, vegans can be fat too. um, there's so much good food out there right now, and it just keeps getting better. And there's, essentially a replacement, an animal-free version of anything pretty much that you can think of. And especially if you love sweets like your gal right here, there's been huge strides in, vegan sweets and treats, and they're amazing. And it's so fun to try out the new foods, but also it feels really great to support restaurants and companies that are, operating within the same values that I have, and that they aren't using animals in any of their food products. And so that makes me want to give them my money. And so sometimes if that means that maybe I'm eating a lot more unhealthy, kind of fattening foods, then I mean, that's where we're at. It's a personal decision how we decide what we decide to eat within the plant world. I want to clarify that because it is, to me, not a personal decision if what you're eating includes animals, because it's not just you. You are participating in something that is taking the life of another sentient being who has an interest in living. So it's not, when you're eating animals, there's it's not just you. You have to think about the big picture and who else you are impacting, because these animals that are in the agricultural system are not things. They are considered commodities by, the agricultural world and whatnot, but they are not commodities. They are someone, not something. So when it comes to wanting to lose weight, I truly believe that the plant-based eating is the way to go. Whole foods, plant-based. Certainly, you can fill your plate with lots of delicious food, eat a ton of it, and lose weight. I've done it before. I'm a bit of a yo-yo sometimes. And those times where I've been most successful have been those times where that's what I'm eating, where I'm following a food regimen, food diet, recommended by doctors like Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn, or his son, Rip Esselstyn. I love the 7-day rescue that Rip has put together. And Dr. McDougall. I mean, if you love potatoes and you want to lose weight, Dr. McDougall's the way to go. Helene did an interview with Dr. McDougall here on Virtual Veg Fest. I want to say last month. You can definitely find it on the Virtual Veg Fest live page. So definitely check that out if you'd like to hear more about Dr. McDougall and who he is and what he does. But if you love potatoes, you want you want to get in on what he's serving up, because he loves potatoes too, and you can still lose weight when you're eating that way. The trick is whole foods, right? There's a huge difference between a super processed vegan burger and one that you've made by mashing together a bunch of vegetables, maybe in some lentils and stuff, but that doesn't make it not delicious. And I remember when I first started exploring, when I first stopped eating animals, I read a lot of books, because I think I've mentioned before that I didn't eat vegetables growing up. Not that my parents didn't try. My mom always put vegetables on my plate, and I think very often I just wound up scooping them onto my brother's plate, who was more than happy to eat any vegetables put in front of him. And so I really wasn't into vegetables. So I did a lot of reading to figure out, well, what the hell am I supposed to, what am I supposed to eat? What the heck am I supposed to eat now? That I'm not living on, the standard American diet. And there were chapters about teenagers wanting to go vegetarian or vegan, and that the parents should be concerned because, that's an eating disorder, or a way to hide an eating disorder. And I just, whoa. You can certainly go the other way and be quite heavy, by eating, vegetarian or vegan diet. So certainly I don't think that veganism is not a weight loss tool. Like I said, I feel like I'm just repeating myself. There are certainly options within the vegan realm where you can really take care of yourself and eat really, really well. Like, you don't have to eat junk food. The Dr. Shirzai, their Alzheimer's book, there is, if you just look at the cover, it's a 30-day, I can't think of the name, but it's the Dr. Shirzai. Just look them up and you'll find their book on Alzheimer's. There's a cheesecake on the cover of that book, and it's completely whole foods. There's no processed stuff in it at all. And and it's made with like berries and I think cashews, and it's gorgeous. It's like the perfect cover for the book. And like you can totally eat that and be healthy and not not, I'm pretty sure there's a bee in here. So I'm sorry, I was distracted. Hey, Rick from New Jersey. That's all right. Thanks for coming. I'm glad to have anyone join at any time. Even if you're a little bit late, that's okay. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so I've made ice cream out of bananas. You just freeze some bananas and then some frozen fruit of your choice. I love peaches, frozen peaches, or strawberries, any kind of berries, really, right? They're amazing and so full of antioxidants, so good for you. And you just, freeze that and then you run it through a food processor and then smooth it out into a container and put it in the freezer. If you don't have an ice cream maker, I don't have an ice cream maker, so that's how I make it. Dr. Greger's How Not to Die cookbook has a really good banana nice cream recipe. I think that's where I made it. It was strawberry banana, the one I made from there. So yeah, again, and there's definitely a bee in here. So I think I'm gonna have to get him outside. So I'm actually going to sign off now, but the short answer is veganism a tool for weight loss? The answer is no. Remember, veganism is bigger than you. We're looking at the bigger picture, and it's something that is more than just what do I need. If I'm overweight and whatever for the rest of my life, but I'm vegan, like that's okay for me. Would I, is it likely that will happen? No, I think that I'm going to start eating more of the whole food stuff. That's my plan. But honestly, like I, again, went vegan for the animals, not for me. And yeah, okay. So that bee, he sounds like he wants out of here. I wish I had it up here with me. I'll show you guys next week. There's this neat little thing to catch bugs in your house. And it's plastic and it's clear so you can see, make sure that you actually got, whoever you're trying to get out of your house. And you just place it over the insect that you're trying to free, and you slide the bottom up, and then you can just carry them outside. And you can, put it down on the ground and slide it open and then just kind of tip it back so the bee can fly away, which lowers the chance of you getting stung, right? And it's really a cool thing. So I'll make a note and I'll show you guys this next week. So tune in, and we'll talk about how to I don't know what the topic will be, but part of it will be how to rescue and release bugs from your home. Okay. Thank you so much. And I'm sorry to cut it short, but I really want to get him out of here. So thank you. I'm always so happy to have people here with me. And I hope to see you next week. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you so much.